begin by coming to a comfortable cross-legged position, resting the hands on the knees, allowing the palms to rest down on the knees. And start by coming into your physical space, feeling the weight of the sits bones down into the earth. Noticing the mat underneath the edges of your feet. And feeling the shoulders draw back in line with the hips. As you come into the physical space, allow your awareness to focus on your natural breath cycle. Just feeling the rising and falling of your natural breath. Notice the gentle expansion of the inhale and the release and melting action of the exhale. With every exhale, feel the shoulders release a bit deeper down the back. Maybe notice muscles melting around bones and the skin of the face releasing. As you become more aware of your breath, imagine there's a single thread that begins at the base of your spine and rises slowly to the crown of your head as you breathe in, lifting and lengthening the spine as it rises. The thread drops down the back of the body as you exhale, releasing tension. You notice as the thread reaches the base of the spine once again. And breathing in, allow it to rise to the crown. And if your mind begins to wander, gently guide it back to the rising and falling of the thread with your breath. Every breath, every inhale, an opportunity to start again. And on your next exhale, allow your chin to drop down to your chest. Releasing now your left ear to your left shoulder. Rolling the chin through the chest, bringing right ear now to right shoulder. Dropping the chin through the chest, letting the head hang heavy here. As you breathe in, lift the arms up overhead, interlace your fingers. Draw the palms together and let the heels of the hands rest against the base of the skull. As you exhale, draw the elbows down around the temples. Notice that deeper stretch through your neck. One more full breath cycle here, chest rising to meet that tucked chin. Shoulders releasing down the back. Slowly level the head, release the hands, and open the eyes. Dropping the left hand to the earth, lift the right arm up and press down through that right hip, feeling the stretch over the side of the waist. As you breathe in, peel the chest and the ribs open. And as you breathe out, close and reach, imagining lowest rib coming toward knee. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. Last time, you'll inhale to open. And as you exhale, closing and reaching, taking those right fingertips just outside of the left knee, pressing back through the right hip. And feeling that stretch over the side waist from the top of the hip. Breathing in, rise up. Taking it to the opposite side, right hand reaches down, left hand reaches up and over. Inhale, peel open. Exhale, close and reach. Good. Inhale, peeling. Exhale, close and reach. Last time, inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, taking those fingertips just outside of the knee, pressing back through that left hip, and finding the stretch over the waist. Slowly inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, drop right hand outside of left knee, left hand behind the back. The breath in lifts through the crown, and the breath out rings out and twists to your left. If it feels right on the neck, maybe taking the gaze over the shoulder. Inhaling, rise through center. And exhaling, other side, left hand to right knee, right hand behind for support. Following that long, slow breath cycle. And inhale, rising through center. As you exhale, taking the hands to fronts of knees. Lengthen the chest, broaden across your collarbones. Exhale, round and rinse it out. Tailbone draws under, chin tucks. Inhale, lengthen and broaden over the chest. Exhale, rinse and release as you round. Last time, inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, round and release. Slowly coming back to your neutral spine, you'll find your way to all fours on your mat, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Starting here by stepping back through left toes, drawing the navel inward and upward and filling in the space in the low back. Really engaging through the navel, lifting the toes, and then lengthen through right fingertips. Taking a breath in, reach in opposite directions. And as you breathe out, draw the elbow to the knee under the body. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, round and crunch. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, rounding and crunching, holding here, feeling that connection to the low belly. Releasing out and dropping hand, dropping knee. Finding one cat-cow, belly will drop as the chest lengthens forward. As you exhale, you round and rinse it out, broadening across shoulder blades. Coming back again to neutral spine, this time stepping back right toes. Lengthen through the spine, lifting that leg up, finding balance in the hips, and reaching out through left fingertips. Inhaling, you're reaching in opposite directions, navel to heel and navel to fingertips. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhaling, extend. Exhale, pull in. Last time, extending. Pull in, tuck and hold here, feeling that connection to the low belly. And slowly release out, dropping down. Again, finding a cat-cow, belly drops, chest rises and opens. Belly rises up through the spine, shoulders broaden. Coming back to your neutral spine, you'll curl the toes under. Lift the knees up off of the floor, hover here, holding 3, 2, connecting to that low belly. And on 1, let the hips lift up, rising and reaching to the place where the wall and the ceiling meet behind you. Pedaling out your heels here, 1 heel drops, and then the next. Couple of breath cycles to pedal out. Taking a moment, maybe closing the eyes. Notice that space in your body that might need a bit more awareness today. Knowing that every time you come to the mat, you bring in a different body. And begin to settle into stillness at the back of your mat, allowing the heels to draw down. Slowly, we'll slide forward into plank, noticing that the length of your plank from hands to feet is the same as the length of your downward facing dog. If you had to adjust the hands, Keep them where they are, wrists under shoulders, balls of feet under heels, and then rise up, downward facing dog. Now if the heels do not touch the floor, that's okay. Try not to tuck the tailbone to get there. Maybe bend the knees, lifting the heels even more. And you find more length in the spine, which is really what we're going for. And over time, the hamstrings lengthen to draw the heels to the ground. As you breathe in, slide forward. Breathing out, stay and hold. Breathing in and out to downward facing dog. Now with your next breath in, take your gaze to your thumbs, and as you breathe out, walk to the top of your mat. Lengthening now to your flat back like the number 7, chest draws forward through shoulders. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, softening the knees, rise and reach. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant those hands. You'll step back to your plank pose. And for the first few, we're going to let the knees drop behind the hips. Slide your shoulders forward, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, hug the elbows into your side ribs, lower all the way to the earth. And then rise to a baby cobra. Just rolling the shoulders back, broadening your collarbones. Try not to squeeze through the glutes. And slowly lift up and back to downward dog. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, walk up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands plant, stepping back, plank pose. This time, roll to the tips of the toes, sending shoulders forward of fingertips. Hug your elbows into your side ribs, low plank. Drop all the way to the earth and rise to cobra. Slowly building the sun salutation. Up and back, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, lengthen the gaze. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, plant those hands, step back to plank. As we transition to low plank, we'll then transition to upward facing dog. Sliding forward, lower down, tops of feet to the floor, rise up, thighs stay lifted, shoulders stacking over wrists. Deeper back bend now that body is warmer. And we exhale to downward facing dog. As you inhale, let your right leg lift high up behind you. Bend your knee and peel the hip open, trying to keep shoulders square. Inhale to come forward, and exhale, hug the knee to the nose under the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step through. Warrior one, back heel roots to the floor, rising up. Stacking knee and ankle at 90 degrees. And drawing back through that right hip slightly. Press actively out through the outside edge of the back foot and square the chest to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, open across the chest, sending the elbows back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open here, holding, lifting and broadening the chest. Deep breath in. Full breath out, frame the foot. Send right leg back to meet left leg and lower through your vinyasa, your flow. Upward facing dog on the inhale and downward facing dog on the exhale. Inhale, left leg rises, bending the knee, peeling the hip open. And on your next exhale, slide forward, knee to nose. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, rise. And as you exhale, step left foot forward to left thumb, rising to warrior one, opposite side. Releasing low into that lunge. And open the shoulders. Good, inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Inhale. And exhale, stay here, peeling the shoulder blades toward one another, fronts of chest and shoulders opening. Good, inhale up. Exhale, frame the foot, step it back, high plank. Lowering through low plank on the exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Breathing here for 2 full breath cycles. Plugging into thumb and first finger and rolling the armpits in toward one another as you release the shoulders. Let's inhale, let the right leg rise up. As you exhale, take the right knee to the right elbow. Good, inhale, rise. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee comes to nose. And then you step it through. Again, warrior one. Rise and reach. Taking your left arm under your right arm, you'll cross and twist. If twisting the arms for eagle wrap is too difficult, grab hold of shoulders. Wherever you are, the elbows draw forward and upward. The chin tucks slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. And if you're in eagle wrap, reaching those shoulder blades toward the waist. As you breathe in, you lift up. And as you breathe out, tap elbow to knee in front. Good, inhale, rising. Exhale, tapping. Last time, inhale, rise. And exhale, tap, hold here. Navel drawing upward and breathing. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, frame the foot. Step it back and lower through your vinyasa, knowing that coming to knees and taking a low cobra versus upward facing dog is perfectly acceptable. Child's pose instead of down dog. Always there for your opportunity to rest. Send the left leg up on the inhale. And as you exhale, the elbow comes to the same side knee. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to opposite elbow, right side. Good, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Hips lift higher, and you step through, finding warrior one. Left foot forward. Rising and reaching. Right arm under left, either hugging or taking your eagle wrap. Elbows draw upward, shoulder blades draw down, and you sink low into that warrior one. Inhale to rise. Exhale, tap. Good, inhale, rise. Exhale, tap. Last time, inhale, rise. Exhale, tap, and hold here. Pressing forward through your front shin, back through your outer edge of your right foot. And breathing as the navel draws inward and upward. Breathe in, arms reach high. Breathe out, frame the foot. Step it back to plank and lower through. Opening the chest on the inhale and lifting the hips on the exhale. Finding 2 breaths here, resting in your down dog. As you inhale, send the right leg high. As you exhale, step forward, this time crescent lunge, back heel high. Toes of both feet face the front of your mat. And you stack shoulders over hips. We're going to work a little bit with balance and lengthening the side of the waist. Grabbing hold of left wrist with right hand, we reach up and over to the right. As you breathe in, reach. And as you breathe out, twisting, dip the knee open to your right. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, twist and dip. Good. Inhale to center. Last time, exhale, twisting and dipping, reaching here a little bit deeper. Inhale, forward. And as you exhale, frame that foot. Step it back, high plank. Lowering through low. Rising through up dog. And lifting to downward facing dog. As you inhale, send the left leg high. And as you exhale, step through crescent lunge. Rising and reaching. Dropping low. Back heel high, press through the heel. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, dip and twist. Now if the dip and twist becomes too challenging, simply twist the upper body without dropping the knee. One last time. Inhaling to center. Good. And slowly frame the foot. This time, step back to plank. Drop the knees. Taking knees and shins as wide as your mat and drop to your child's pose. Resting the forehead to the earth. Breathing deeply across the back. As you inhale, rise, slowly drawing knees underneath hips. And as you exhale, send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhaling, let the right leg rise high. And as you exhale, step forward again, crescent lunge, rise the arms. And then exhale, open, back heel drops, warrior two, squaring the hips now to the long side of your mat. Dropping down into that knee. And just lift the toes. Feel the arch lift up, spreading the toes wide. Finding your balance, gazing over the front middle finger. As you inhale, let everything straighten, rise up. Exhale, release down. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Last time, rise. Releasing down. Inhale to reverse your warrior up and back to the back knee. Keep the deep bend in the front. As you exhale, elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, rising. Exhale, side angle. Good. Last time, reverse. Find your side angle here. Reach and hold. Stacking the shoulders like 6 o'clock on a clock face and reaching down for the floor with those right fingertips. As you inhale, everything lifts and straightens. And as you exhale, you send your left hip to the wall behind you and you reach forward as far as the body will allow. Simply dropping the hand and letting that top arm reach. Drawing back through the shoulder, through the rib. Finding your triangle pose. Now to add a little bit of core here, you'll take the bottom arm and reach the top arm like you're reaching for a beach ball. As you inhale, slide the arms forward. And as you exhale, reach back. Good. Inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale up. Exhale back. And inhale up. Warrior two. Cartwheeling your hands to the earth. Step it back. High plank. Lower through your low plank. Rise to upward dog. And lift to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step through crescent lunge. Rising up and opening warrior two. Again, gazing over those front fingertips. Inhale, everything lifts and straightens. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release and bend. Last time lifting. Release and bend deeper. Again, lifting those toes. Feel the arch lift up. Rebuilding the fascia in the foot. We inhale to reverse the warrior and exhale to send elbow to knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, reverse your warrior. Come deeper into the knee. And stay in side angle, full breath cycle here. Stacking shoulders, drawing ribs and hips in one line from the side. And inhale, everything rises. As you exhale, the hips go back, the arm reaches forward, finding your triangle pose. Supported either on the shin or possibly on a block if you have one available. And drawing the shoulders and hips in one line, sending the pelvis forward and the ribs back. Taking that beach ball in front of you and you inhale, slide forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhaling back. Last time forward and back. Rise up, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands. Step back, plank pose. Lower through. And lift those hips. Downward facing dog, 2 breaths, reconnect. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step right through to warrior two. Holding warrior two here, this time lifting up through the heel, balancing into the ball of the foot and sinking just a bit lower. Slowly rise, straighten everything, turn the toes to face the long side of your mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, fold forward. If blocks are not available, hands come to outsides of knees. Lengthening your chest forward and down. If the hamstrings have the length and you reach down, keep thinking about sending center chest toward the top part of the mat. What is now the top part of the mat. Press out actively through the pinky edges of the feet and back through the heels. Squeeze the quadricep muscles around the femur bones in the upper thigh and feel that open the back of the leg even more. Walk your hands to your left leg, pulling down over the left leg and back through the right hip. Come forward through center and take that to the other side, reaching around that right leg, pulling back through the left hip. And slowly back through center, tend to your fingertips. You're going to turn your toes out and start to slide from side to side here. Opening through inner groins, opening through hamstrings. As you come to the front of your mat the next time, walk the hands around and drop into that left knee. Rising up for a lunge, drop those hips low. Feeling a stretch through left front leg, tourniquet effect through right front leg. And inhale to rise. As you exhale, hands to hips, fold over, straight front leg. Opening up that hamstring. Good. Inhaling, rise. Exhale, drop. Inhale. And exhale, moving with the breath. Last time up. Stay here. Hands walk inside the leg and you turn the toes cornerwise as you send that knee open, peeling to pinky toe edge of the foot. Maybe rocking a bit from side to side. Planting into your palms, slide the right foot to meet the left foot. And find a cat-cow here. Belly will drop, chest will lift. Rounding the spine as you rinse. And curling your toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step through, landing warrior two. Peeling open. Good. Lifting again through the heel, dropping down into the hips. Full breath cycle here. And slowly rise up. This time, toes turn out, heels turn in. Drop into the knees. I'm going to turn my body. And you'll just see that you want to have the hands to the inner knees. Press those knees back and let the hips drop low. Press into your right shoulder, twist and look over your left shoulder. Coming through center, drop into your left shoulder, twist and look over right. Last time, twisting right. And last time, twisting, dropping left and twisting right. Good. Rising up. Again, you'll find your Skandasanas, that forward and backward motion. And in your case, your left foot is forward, so as you come to the front of the mat, you drop into your right knee and find your lunge. Let those hips drop down. And as you inhale, simply rise up. Hands to either thigh or both hips. Sending the heel back to that wall behind you, imagining that it's glued to the floor, and you start to feel the insertion point at the hamstring a bit deeper. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Last time, come forward. Hands drop inside the leg. Turning toes cornerwise and peeling open through that knee. Planting into your palms, send the left foot back to meet the right foot. Finding your cat-cow, belly drops, chest lifts. Rising up through the spine. And coming back to your downward facing dog. Good. Final standing series here. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Rise and reach. As you exhale, hands come behind the back. Dropping the knuckles down the back, lifting the chest, and folding forward inside the knee. Humble warrior. Letting the head hang heavy. Rinsing out the shoulders. Finding balance as you pull the navel inward. Breathe in, rise up, straighten that knee. And as you breathe out, take the hands to the hips. Deep breath in, lift the chest. And as you breathe out, fold forward, sending the pelvis forward as if tilting a bucket of water over the front leg. You should feel the hamstring here, body nice and warm now. As you breathe in, let the left arm reach forward, pull back on the right hip. And as you breathe out, take the hand outside of the knee, lengthening your chest and peeling open to your right, feeling that across the side of your waist, but also outside the hip on the right leg. Twisting triangle pose. Inhale, unwind, and exhale, come to warrior one. Deep breath in. Full breath out, hands to the earth, frame the foot. Step back, high plank, and lower through. Rising up and lifting to downward facing. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Breathe in, reach. Good, breathe out, hands behind you, interlace. Knuckles drop, chest lift. Fold forward. Rinsing the shoulders, steadying through the navel, And pressing out through the outside edge of the back foot and forward through the shin on the front foot. Inhale, rise, straighten everything. Exhale, hands to hips. Lengthen your chest, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. A little bit of pressure to big toe edge of front foot. And then send that right arm forward, lengthening through the fingertips and back through the hip. Draw across that left leg and begin to twist and open through the chest. If you have stability, maybe that left arm begins to lift and you lead with the ribs and shoulder. Slowly unwind. Bend into the knee, sweep the arms, reach. And fold forward, frame the foot. Step back and drop the knees. Keeping toes curled under, walk back and find your toes pose. Sitting back into the heels. Closing the eyes. And reconnecting with the breath. Slowly rise up, find all fours. Tap out the toes. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg rises high. Bend the knee, peel the hip open, just as we did before. And as you exhale, send your right knee to your right wrist, your right ankle to your left wrist, and find pigeon pose. Now, as you walk back through your left leg, you may find that the right hip only meets the floor if the hips come off square. In that case, roll up a blanket, maybe a sweatshirt, take a pillow, take it underneath your hip until you build the floor to meet you so that the hips are level and square from the back. Begin to walk your arms down, maybe making a pillow with forearms and resting forehead. Sinking into that outer right hip. And for more sensation, curl the left toes under, pressing through the heel and lifting that knee a bit. Send that foot back and long. You'll feel more activity through that right glute. And then release that down and settle into that deeper version of the pose. Slowly rising the hands up, curling the back toes under. You'll send that right leg up into your three-legged dog as you open the hip once again, and then slowly step it down. Noticing here the difference between the right and left sides. Inhale, sending the left leg high, bending the knee, peeling the hip open. And exhaling, left knee, left wrist, left ankle, right wrist. If that's too much on the knee, the ankle can slide in. Again, settling, and if you find that you roll off to the hip, you want to build the floor up to meet you. Adjusting through this left ankle as necessary to keep the knee from feeling too much pressure. Release the upper body over that left shin and settle in. After a few breaths here, maybe curling those right toes under, pressing through the heel to lift the knee, and then settling into that new depth. One more full breath cycle here. Slowly walking your hands underneath your shoulders, curling your toes, and again lifting the hips, opening that left leg into your three-legged dog. And coming back to your downward facing dog. From here, lift your gaze to your thumbs, walk to the top of your mat, and sit down into the sits bones. Working a bit with the core here, we'll draw back through the upper chest. Couple of options here. You can lift the feet, maybe you tap the toes down. We're going to start to lower down through the upper body and then rise back up. Again, feet can be rooted to the earth. If you want to advance this, you start to lengthen the entire body, lift up. Good, we're doing 10. Your variation, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees in, tuck your chin, rest your forehead to knees. Slow and steady, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Letting the hands rest to either hip just for a moment, one breath. And slowly send the right leg long as you draw the left knee into the chest. Thigh coming gently outside of the rib cage. Knee drawing down in toward the inner upper shoulder. Releasing out through the left hand, using the right hand to guide the knee across the body, finding that gentle twist through the back. Slowly rising through center. Send the left heel to the ceiling and interlace behind that shin, maybe behind the knee. If you can reach for the toes without the shoulders lifting up off of the mat, feel free to do so. You're pressing through the heel and drawing the big toe as if you want to touch a spot behind your shoulder. Keeping that foot, maybe outer shin, into your left hand. Let the right arm release out to the side. Open now to your left. Sending the toes as if to meet two walls where they would meet in the back corner of a room. Slowly rising through center. Grabbing the inside of the leg, ankle, or maybe the big toe. And then slowly just send that big toe diagonally over your right shoulder. Being careful not to lift the hip up. We're not taking a twist here. Just resting that hip into the earth and feeling the stretch from the entire ankle all the way down to the hip. Slowly release, knee comes into chest. Bring your right knee to meet your left and find a few circles through the knees. Releasing now, left leg long, right knee in. Again, thigh gently outside of rib cage, knee into chest. Sending the right arm long and the knee over to your left. Finding that gentle twist through your low back, through your hip. Rising through center as you inhale, and kicking that heel up toward the ceiling as you exhale. Again, interlacing maybe behind the knee, the shin, the ankle, or possibly grabbing hold of the foot, but always releasing the shoulders to the earth. Press actively through the heel, squeezing your upper thigh, the quadriceps, to the femur bone to open the back of the knee. With your right hand on the leg or foot, you open out to the right and release your left hand for counterbalance. Now, if you find yourself rolling up off the left hip, take your left hand to the hip, press down, and press out through your left heel. Slowly coming through center, taking the inside of the leg or the foot and sending that toe diagonally toward the left shoulder. Trying not to lift up off the hip, keeping the hip firm and rooted to the floor. And peeling the pinky toe edge of that right foot back toward your outer ankle. You'll feel that activate the stretch even deeper. Slowly releasing here, knee comes into chest. Sending your left leg to meet your right leg and finding a couple of circles in each direction. Letting the soles of the feet rest to the earth. Take your left ankle over your right knee and allow both knees to fall now to your left. Maybe taking your gaze over your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch from the top of your right hip over your low back where the 2 points meet. Rising through center and slowly switching legs. Right over left, knees fall to your right. Gaze comes over left shoulder. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, knees into chest. As you breathe in, rise up with your shoulders, tuck the chin, forehead tucking to knees. And exhale, release everything down. Reconnecting with your mat. Reconnecting with your breath. And just settling in to the space that you created with your breath and your movement.